Hello, everybody. Waiting for people to join. I'm so excited. I said, look, we got to go live for this week. So much going on. Hello, everybody. Just waiting for people to join. Okay, so on the live too, I definitely want y'all to, give your thoughts, your opinion. Obviously, the two biggest stories of the day, Cam Newton probably would have been a story on its own, but Odell Beckham Jr. to the Rams. What are our thoughts? Do we love this move by the Rams? Do we love this move for Odell? Cam back to Carolina. Yeah, so my three main points, hello everybody, my three main points were Odell to the Rams. Now, it was funny, if you watched or listened when I did Joy's show on Saturday, I said, look, if there's any chance of Odell going to the Rams, the NFL needs to veto this like the NBA did the Chris Paul trade, because this is just not fair. You need your own TV show. Well, thank you. Love this move for the Browns. Well, you know what? I will give the Browns a lot of credit. They came out against the Bengals in a very intense game on their side of the ball and showed, look, no Odell, no problem. Should have went to Green Bay. I feel like Green Bay is pretty stacked. Like Green Bay, other than their COVID drama that they're having right now, Green Bay is really good. Rams is the perfect fit. The only question that I have is, it's kind of like basketball, when you assemble these quote unquote super teams, there's only one ball to go around. And if you look at the Rams, it's Kupp, it's Woods, it's Higbee, and then who's their other receiver, Jefferson. So he's kind of fourth in the depth chart. So if it didn't work for Deshaun Jackson, I really don't know where these touches are going to come from Odell. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's see who's on the live. Got the people. Okay, so just drop your thoughts, questions, opinions, and I will go back and forth with y'all. Brady going back to back. I know, it's fun to debate all of this, but ultimately, I think Tom Brady. And also, too, I just want to say happy Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans. This is actually my dad. He's retired military. This is his naval jacket. So shout out to all of our veterans and your service. We love you. Ram stack. We got Cam back in NC. Let's see what he can do. Well, to me, the fact that they pulled the trigger and brought Cam Newton back in Carolina, just switching gears a little bit, just shows how much they have just kind of pivoted and gone away from Sam Darnold. Does it really move the needle for the Rams, Van Jefferson and Deshaun Jackson? Well, and I do want to talk about the Deshaun move to the Raiders, because even when the rumblies started, Deshaun, Odell, who would be the better fit? I said hands down, out of all of these trades, and I know everybody's juiced that Odell is going to the Rams, I think the best fit out of all of these is Deshaun Jackson to the Raiders, because obviously with Ruggs no longer being in that roster, Derek Carr loves to sling the ball downfield. So if he can get Deshaun Jackson as a deep threat, get Waller in there, and then to complement the run game that they have along with the defense, I'm really high on the Raiders. Why wasn't Odell picked off waivers? Well, also, too, it sounds like Odell and his camp pretty much let it be known to certain teams that if you pick us up, if we don't like you, we're not going there. I thought they got rid of Deshaun to make room for Vaughn. Well, how did they get the cap space? That was my question. Hi, Ashley. Hope all is well. What do you think about Cam signing with the Panthers? Okay, so I had some time to think about Cam and the Panthers, and this to me is like Ben and J-Lo 2.0. They had to go off, do their own things for a little bit, and now they can really appreciate what they had in the time that they had it. So I think this is a good fit, and both sides have seen that we really were not as successful without the other. So it just feels right. Like, it always felt weird seeing Cam in a jersey that's not a Panther jersey. Who's your second favorite team after Seattle? Honestly, this season, I would have to say the Raiders. Number one, you will get me if you have a strong defense. And then also, too, I really like Derek Carr. I've been big on Derek Carr. I think he's having, if not one of his best seasons to date. So I like the Raiders. And their fan base has such a unique energy. You're missing the game. It's the first quarter, y'all. It is the first quarter. Thoughts on Washington football team? I mean, I honestly have emotionally kind of given up on Washington because the more I felt emotionally invested, the more that they let me down. Okay, so if you guys are just joining, we are talking about the acquisitions of Odell to the Rams. We're talking about Deshaun Jackson to Vegas. We're talking about Cam back in Carolina, and just any questions, thoughts, hot takes. I'm just going through them, so you guys keep throwing them out. The jacket goes hard, right? No, I used to wear this jacket, and I felt so cool. So AZCS, John Wade Ross. So that's my dad. He's cool. Swaggy J. Raider Nation. Okay. Yeah, these are my dad's patches. You better marry Lamar before he signs the big deal. That's funny. What do you think is the 49ers problem? That's a good question, and it does not help matters that they're having to play the Rams on Monday night in a primetime game where they're probably going to get slaughtered. The 49ers, I mean, the biggest thing is they're in a transitional phase because we know Jimmy G is not going to be the QB of the future, but Trey Lance isn't ready yet. And Jimmy G is suitable for what they do when it's working, but it's just not working right now. So they just have issues. And also too, it's really hard to keep momentum as a team. Like, they were really high coming off the Super Bowl. They got hurt a lot last year, and this year they really just haven't been able to. They don't have a signature win or anything that I'm like, oh, the 49ers, I'm on notice. Do you think Dallas bounce back? Do you think Dallas will bounce back this week? I do. Dallas's game, those are one of those, like, you just get the ish kicked out of you sometimes in the NFL. That's what happens. Denver, I'm kind of shocked that they did that against Dallas. But, I mean, Dallas had won, I believe, 6 games in a row prior to that. I'm not overly worried about Dallas, but they definitely need to bounce back. What do you think about the Titans? Are they the real deal? Hold on, let me get some water. As you guys can tell from the Rams game and the LA weekend, my voice is just a little bit hoarse, so hold on. I think the Titans are for real. And after the game, I was talking to a Titans player, and I was like, hey, do you think that the Rams underestimated you guys? And he said, no, I really think that they, gave it a fair shake. So I was like, okay. So the Titans, to me, the key thing that they really needed to get going was the defense. And now that the defense has come along, Adrian Peterson, he's formidable. Like, they have enough good things going on that they can ride the ship. Thoughts on the Patriots this year? I love Mac Jones. He's my favorite rookie. He's my favorite rookie right now. Probably in 2-3 years, it will be Justin Fields. But right now, I love me some Mac Jones. The Patriots as a whole, they're just weird because some games I'm like, ooh, they look dominant. And other games I'm like, ooh, they look bad. We're screwed. I'm guessing you're a 49er fan. Yep, I see it in your logo. Can the Raiders thrive offensively without John Gruden making their play calls? I do believe that they can. And also, too, when the Raiders lost to the Giants last week, I felt part of it was the emotions of the whole Henry Ruggs situation. Even though there was emotion around John Gruden, it's just a different energy, a different level with the Ruggs situation. So I could tell watching them, they looked off. I like Swaggy J. He knows football. Yeah, Swaggy J. He's the real MVP. Let's see. What team were you high on before this season that let you down? I'm going to say the Panthers a little bit. I'm going to say the Panthers because coming in, and they've also had some injuries, to be fair, but I just thought that they were going to be one of those sleeper teams, especially out in the NFC South. Everybody's giving all the attention to Tampa, and then what are the Saints going to look like? And nobody's checking for Atlanta, but I felt like with the Panthers, they were going to have a really strong defense, and they're going to have Christian McCaffrey, and Sam Darnold was going to be formidable, but that part has not worked out. 49ers were running old washed up plays. I'm hearing the rumblings I'm hearing out here in these streets. It feels like people are kind of a little off Kyle Shanahan and his play calling right now. I'm personally not, but it seems like people are getting a little frustrated with Kyle Shanahan and the play calling right now. That's just the vibe I'm getting from Bang Bang Niner game. Come on, Ashley. Tennessee didn't get slaughtered by the Rams. Give my Niners a break. Well, no, I'm saying that Tennessee, that I thought that maybe the Rams were overlooking Tennessee because they were going to be without Derrick Henry. But the Niners, they don't need a break because I'm not even giving Seattle a break. Both are suspect out in the NFC West. How do you think that they should utilize OBJ in that offense with Woods wanting more looks? Well, I think it was Cooper Kupp or one of the guys came out and put out a statement that, we're an offense that plays for each other. So yes, I get the whole unselfishness. I do believe that some of the veteran guys like Kupp, like Robert Woods, they'll be a little bit more willing to sacrifice some receptions early on right now just to make Odell feel comfortable and get into the fold because they're on such a run, even though they lost to the Titans. So I do think that they're going to make it a point of emphasis to really get Odell integrated, and then we'll kind of see everybody's reps balanced out. Is Matt Nagy on the hot seat? He definitely is on the hot seat because you have a young gem in Justin Fields that needs to be molded properly. And we have seen so many guys that probably would be so much better in their NFL career had they had the right molding at the start of their career. So I just think if you're the Bears, you had this great pick in the draft and you don't want to waste him. And to me, Nagy is just not the answer. What was your Super Bowl prediction before the season, and are you sticking with it? So I'm not really a person that does Super Bowl predictions, or I kind of take it a week by week basis. Now I have thoughts, but I usually take it week by week. Tell Dad happy Veterans Day from another veteran. Well, thank you, voice_1619. Thank you for your service. Odell should have went to Green Bay. Stafford is going to fold in the playoffs. Well, to be fair, we've never seen Stafford in the playoffs, so we don't really know how he's going to perform in that environment. He could be great. He could fold. Who knows? How far will the Raiders go in the playoffs? The Raiders are very hit and miss. Like some weeks they look electric. Other weeks it's just very slow, very hard to get going. So the Raiders, they're a team to me that they could be like a Tampa Bay last year. If they catch fire at the right time, I definitely believe that they can string some wins together come playoff time. I'm glad you're not married. How do you feel about the Bills making the Super Bowl? The Bills are another team that kind of make me scratch my head. A lot of teams make me scratch my head, but the Bills in particular, I do understand that it was at home against Jacksonville. It was a great defensive battle. Josh Allen sacking Josh Allen. But I'm like, were really supposed to take that step in the AFC. And with the Chiefs looking suspect and just kind of hanging on for dear life out here, I really thought we would see more of a domination at this point in the season from the Bills. Bears got to draft all offensive linemen in the offseason. Facts. What do you think about my Cowboys? Okay, how about them Cowboys? The Cowboys are interesting to me because they have the talent. I just don't know. I just don't have the trust that they will be able to execute at the highest level in a playoff game. You have great energy. Well, thank you. Y'all are great. I love doing my lives and interacting and going back and forth and, do a little trash talking. Kyle Shanahan is his own worst enemy. McVay is better coming from a Washington fan. Well, to be fair, McVay, after the Super Bowl and, Jared Goff was not performing, people were kind of looking at McVay with the side eye. So if Kyle Shanahan can, really bring along Trey Lance, that's really what Kyle Shanahan's legacy is going to be centered on right now is, okay, you were formidable with Jimmy G. You made the move to go get Trey Lance. What can you do with him? How would you fix the Panthers? Well, it seems like they're trying to bring back the magic that they had with Cam. The Panthers, to me, are going to be good. Maybe not this year, but in a couple years, because they have a very good young defense mixed with some skilled veteran players. The strength of the Panthers, to me, is going to be very Denver-esque when they went on their run, very Seattle-esque when they went on their run, have an amazing running back, have a really strong defense, and have a quarterback that can just manage the game and not create turnovers. Let's see. Ashley out here passing for Aisha Curry with the bud. Oh, you know what? Shout out to Aisha. It's funny. I've been out and people are like, you look like Aisha. I'm like, Aisha's a beautiful lady. I'll take it. Let's see. Have you ever heard of Chiseled Adonis? He's a YouTuber that does sports commentary. He's hilarious. I have not, but send me his stuff. I always like finding good stuff on YouTube. Okay, if you're just joining us, hello everybody. We are talking about week 9. We're talking about these additions, Odell to the Rams, the Raiders moves, and Carolina getting that old thing back in Cam Newton. Rude is the reason why the Panthers are trash. I'm not off of him just yet. I wasn't huge on the hire, but I'm not completely off of him just yet. Are the Rams the favorite? Well, on paper they should be, but you know what? And I was talking to my friend that's a Rams fan. To me, I'm getting very Brooklyn Nets vibes from the Rams. Like, it sounds amazing on paper. It sounds like this whole thing should work and you should win multiple championships. But there's just something about it that I just think there's too many, like, cooks in the kitchen. For some reason, I'm just not sold 100% on the Rams yet. Did you know that I'm Larry Center's cousin from the Arizona Cardinals? Oh, that's dope. Hopefully he hooks you up with some tickets. Stafford has never had this type of team before. Exactly. And, you know, to be fair, a lot of Stafford and Megatron's career was wasted in Detroit. You're doing a great job answering these questions on the fly. Oh, well, thank you. Cowboys are pretenders. Okay, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all think that the Rams are for real? And do you think the Cowboys are for real? I peeped your recent picture on IG, your workout you posted a day ago. Oh, thank you. Listen, got to be ready out here in these streets. Whoever paid Red should be shot. Do you think Patrick from the Chiefs sounds like a cartoon character when he talks? That's mean. No, Patrick, he's like from Texas or wherever he's from. But you know what I will say? The Chiefs, you know, it worked out for them that they were playing an Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packer team. The Chiefs, the biggest issue I think that the Chiefs are having is they're not being patient enough in their offense. Because what's happening is the deep ball is not there. So I think with the Chiefs, what they really need to do is they need to really, you know, dink and dunk and do it like every other team has to do. And then the safeties will eventually pull up. And then that's when you can hit Tyreek Hill. That's when you can hit Travis Kelce and you can really go for that deep shot. Will the Lions win a game this season? I believe they will. And I was looking at who the Lions play this week. They might get a dub Sunday. The Lions are not a Browns 0-16 type of team. They're a scrappy team that just hasn't been able to pull it out yet. You low-key look like Motley Q2. I guess we all just look alike. We're all same tribe. That jacket is fire. Yes, shout out to the veterans on Veterans Day. This is my dad's jacket, and I love it. Whenever I go out, I get so many compliments, and I'm super proud. I love, you know, the Navy and just the military and much respect. Let's see. Do you think the Vikings will clean house at the end of the season? Coach Zimmer... You know, it's kind of looking like that. I looked and the Vikings are 3-5 and I didn't even realize they had that bad of a record. And it's really hard to justify why they're doing so bad with the quote unquote talent that they have. Kirk is solid, Dalvin Cook, the defense is playing good. I think there's got to be a shakeup in Minnesota because obviously what's going on is not working. Is Zach Wilson's future... is he the future for my Jets, and where does he rank among your rookie QBs? Well, to be fair, Zach Wilson has barely been upright this season, so it's really hard to judge him based on, what we've seen. Has thrown a lot of turnovers, but if you look at Peyton Manning's rookie season, he also was not great his rookie season. So I think the biggest thing is in year 2 and 3, if he can really just adjust to the speed of the game. It seems like he's making mistakes and maybe not reading it like an NFL defense. Like he's not making NFL reads, and that's why people are intercepting him left and right. So I hope that he just kind of has a good enough coach and good enough teachers in that organization to kind of help him with that. The Bucs are still taking the NFC. So you think that the Bucs are going to take the NFC over the Rams? Interesting. I still don't like betting against Brady in the postseason. I'll bet sometimes in the regular season. Let me keep scrolling. Hi from the Bay. Miss you on live. Bay Area, like that. Tell the people that 40 WAP is back. Yay, area. Shout out to the Bay. I'm actually making an appearance to the Bay really soon. When are we going to see you on TV? Listen, everything takes time, but I'm very excited for how things are lining up. I will say that. So you're saying Andy Reid can't coach? No, because also too, let's be fair, Eric Bieniemy runs the offense. What I'm saying is that what has been working for them, is not working currently. So if it's not working, you need to make adjustments. Who you got winning the NBA chip this year? Who knows? Everybody's like high on the Warriors and these other squads. Who knows? It's still early in the NBA. I think OBJ is going to regret not going to Green Bay. He would have been their number 2 for sure. Take the 1-year deal in Green Bay so you can get a great contract and free agency in the offseason. Well, to be fair, and this is what the Odell to the Rams ultimately boils down to, because like you said, if this was just solely for touches and free agency, he would have gone to somebody like a Green Bay. He's trying to get a chip. The Rams are trying to get a chip. Everybody is trying to get a chip. Like they're like the Lakers of, hey, if you're at the end of your road or you need a revitalization, come down to the Rams. I think my Cowboys are contenders, but I don't trust the coach or the defense. Yeah, I'm still not big on Mike McCarthy. Kellen Moore has done better this season with the offense, but I'm not huge on McCarthy. Hey, Thomas. Shout out to Thomas. Thomas is a great producer, artist. Do you think OBJ leaving to the Rams benefits both him and Cleveland? Absolutely. The way that Cleveland played last week was a clear locker room. We are going to send a message that, look, we wish Odell the best on what he's doing, but we will be just fine without him. So yes, it seems like this is a great move for both sides. How is your fantasy team doing? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm 4-5 right now, but I've gone against some really good competition, and a lot of my weeks have been tight. I believe I'm in 6th place right now, and all I got to do is be in 6th to slide into the playoffs. So I've been making some moves, but with the bye and Christian McCaffrey being hurt and just different things like that, and then picking the Cowboys defense last week, it just didn't help your girl out too much. Brady is the luckiest player in the playoffs. It's hard to beat Brady and his luck. No, it's hard to beat Brady and his talent. People want to say luck. Luck is like, okay, you do it 1 time, maybe 2 times. This man has done it 6 times. That's 6 wins. That's not even counting how many Super Bowl appearances, playoff appearances. He has probably more playoff appearances than most franchises just on his own. You don't like the Rams because you're a Seahawks fan. Listen, that's not completely why I don't like the Rams, because I show the 49ers love. I truthfully, I would be honest with y'all. If I really was like, I believe in the Rams and I think that they're the cat's meow, I would completely just go in on the Rams. But there's just something missing for me. What up, Earl? I think OBJ rather live in LA than cold Green Bay. Exactly. LA, that's more of Odell's vibe. Let's see. You always look so flawless. Thank you. I'd like to say I woke up like this, but this is definitely a nice little pat here and there. So thank y'all. Okay, probably a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna head off and watch the game. The Packers are serious contenders. OBJ could have gotten a championship there and would have flourished playing with Rodgers. But to be fair, and we have seen Green Bay this last week, Green Bay's got some issues. At least the Rams are operating like a well-oiled machine at this point. The Packers, they got some issues going on. Urban Meyer finally looked happy Sunday. You know, Urban, the further he can distance himself from the bar incident and get a couple dubs, the happier we will see Urban Meyer. Do you think Rodgers is the walking epitome of everything that Black people lament? My whole thing with Aaron Rodgers and the whole vaccination thing, and I'm not really going to get super deep into it again today because I kind of made most of my points on Joy Taylor's show on Sunday. Shout out to Joy and Fox Sports. My whole thing with Aaron and the vaccine thing is, at the end of the day, I just respect honesty. Like, you could say what you want about Kyrie. At least he was transparent of where he stood with it. You could say what you want about Cole Beasley and Kirk Cousins and some of the other unvaccinated guys. Or if you don't want to disclose your vaccination status, you can always say, hey, I don't want to disclose it. Now, if you're wearing masks on the sidelines and in press conferences and things like that, that's a telltale that you're unvaccinated. But again, you have the choice to do so. My whole thing is, I just don't like this whole lack of a choice argument. No, like, you have a choice. It's like anything you do in life. If you want to go fly, you have a choice to go fly, but you're going to go through the metal detector. And if you choose not to go through the metal detector, that is your choice, but you're not going to get on the plane. So it's very similar to me. If you look at Brady in the playoffs, he's had the most lucky bounces. Okay, I just can't. Brady is the GOAT. This is undisputed. I'm not going to argue with y'all on this. Are you picking the Seahawks versus the Packers? I haven't given my pick yet, but if I'm just being honest, I'm still leaning Packers right now. Is Joy a role model to you? I mean, Joy is definitely just what she's been able to accomplish in her career and just her work ethic and where she's at. Absolutely in this field. Oh, hey, Antoine. What issues does Green Bay have? I disagree with that they have a lot of issues. We've seen them beat. Okay, I'm talking about not so much on the field, but off the field, this whole COVID protocol. And also, too, with Green Bay, because we know there's multiple players that are unvaccinated, there's going to be extra eyes and extra attention on Green Bay. And the narrative around Green Bay is going to be like, are they following protocol? You know, are they doing this correctly? I met Rob Parker a couple weeks ago. Super cool guy. That even though he's anti-LeBron, Rob Parker, he's really funny. He loves his wings and he loves his gentleman lounges. How do you think D-Jack will fit in with the Raiders offense? I said it once, I will say it again. My favorite move out of all of these different moves that have come up, I think the best fit out of all of them is Deshaun Jackson to the Raiders, because he's going to be a wonderful deep threat that's going to open up the game for Waller. It's going to open up the game for Edwards and these other guys, Renfro, and then the running game and the defense. This is the best fit. Keyword fit. Odell, it sounds great. It's Odell, but there's only one ball to go around. I mean, how many touches? If Deshaun Jackson couldn't get touches in the offense, how is Odell? Other than the fact that they're probably in the beginning going to really try to integrate Odell. Shout out to my Raider fan pages on here. I love Raider Nation. If we could contain Josh Allen, imagine what we could do to win. Facts. I wish you the best for your career. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm probably going to do like 2-3 more questions. Miss Ashley, my Fins offense looks like a high school football team right now. Well, also, too, I just don't feel like, I mean, Tua's been hurt and had his issues, but it just doesn't seem like there's a whole boat of confidence on the Tua era. Like, when Tua was first announced as the draft pick, there was an excitement. Maybe he's the, not the next Dan Marino, but, the Dolphins really haven't had a franchise quarterback since Dan Marino. So they thought, okay, this is the guy. And it just seems like everybody is so off Tua these days. To piggyback off the Raiders talk, how do you see the rest of their season going? Well, another thing I like about the Raiders is they are definitely battle tested. They have had, injuries they have had off the field. And I like a team that it's not easy for them, because if you have a really smooth regular season, come postseason time, when you run into some adversity and you run into some of these battles, you're not going to know how to cope. So the Raiders, the good thing with all the issues and the things that have happened, they know how to cope with adversity. I think they come out with a team in the New Mexico called the New Mexico Red Wolves. Okay. Let's see. You're beautiful and your sports knowledge is top notch. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. None of this matters. Tampa will win again. You know what? It's probably true. It's probably true. Tom Brady and company will probably two-peat and then three-peat, and he'll be 75, still slanging it out here. So it's probably true. But it is fun to debate. Saying he had luck isn't saying he's not great or not the GOAT. My whole thing with the luck argument is, how do you get lucky for 20 years? Like, at some point that's not luck. I mean, even in a losing effort when they lost to the Eagles, he had 500 yards. That's not luck. That's talent. And I just don't like luck, because luck implies that you don't have the skill set or you didn't work hard. Can you please stop trying to get at my future wife? It's disrespectful. It's so funny. I come on here, I got like 15. According to half of y'all, I'm like, we're in relationships that I don't even know about. So I'm going to do one, maybe two more questions, and then I'm going to hop off. But thank you so much to everybody who joined. I really appreciate it. I wanted to do something more impromptu, just to kind of bring the lives back. So if you guys like this, maybe I'll still put out the episodes. Oh, also too, next week for week 10, I'm going on the bye week. So there will not be an episode next week. I'm going on the bye week next week, but I'll be back very soon. No relation to you. Hey, Uncle Tank. It's my uncle, y'all. Do more lives. I think Dion and Troy agree. Let's do lives. Okay, one more question. One more good question. I already got the ring for her. Ooh, that's you. Listen, you gotta prepare for what you want. So that's good. What's the score right now? What's the score of the Ravens game? First person that says the score gets a shout out. Do 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 3-0 Baltimore. Shout out to All Ra. I don't know if I'm gonna say that right. _vibes. Thank you. More lives. Okay, you guys are saying it's all show love. Carry on Bridges, voice _1619. The real LC13. See, y'all are good. Y'all be coming through with the material. So I'm gonna do my picks. I need the Ravens to win this week. I need to get right back in the fold with these picks. Who's a sleeper team right now? The Titans. I really think the Titans are a sleeper team. The Titans are really good. You have good energy, 100. Thank you. Keep doing great things. Keep grinding. Love to see it. Thank you guys so much. I really do say this. Like, I really love and appreciate everybody, whether you just found me, whether you've been rocking with me for years, whether you know me from DJ Ashley Ross days. I really appreciate all the love. And again, I want to just, take us out by honoring our military, our veterans. Thank you for our service. Happy Veterans Day. You always pick against the Titans. Doesn't mean I don't think they're a sleeper, though. Does not mean. Who wants OBJ? Well, obviously the Rams. I found you because of Joy Taylor. Shout out to that. All right, y'all. Over and out. I will see you very soon. Like I said, I'm still going to drop my picks for week 10. Yeah, we're going to week 10. I'm still going to drop my picks for week 10. But next week I will be on the bye. But you'll still see me in the mix a little bit. So stay tuned. All right. I saw you on the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. That was great. That was a lot of fun. Been following for a couple years now. Always so pretty and smart. Thank you. Shout out to Steven, who's a Rams fan, who had to be letting me know how great it is that the Rams got Odell. DJ Ashley Ross. Listen, the real ones know about DJ Ashley Ross days. Those were the days. That used to be, fun fact, my Instagram before it was now. Because when I started off in radio, I was like, look, I need a name that's going to transfer to television. So I didn't want to be like DJ Jazzy Fresh. Shout out to DJ Jazzy Fresh. I was like, okay, let me use my real name. All right, over and out, y'all. Good luck to the Rams and my Seahawks. I don't even want to talk about it. And the Titans are my dark horse. And Raiders. All right, bye, y'all.